Active participle. Okay, let's look at the form of the active participle. Got a screen here. This is what it looks like. So, like I said, we have the same grid as we do for nouns and adjectives. So this is our masculine line, this is our feminine, singular, and plural. And we're using pakad here. This is our paradigm word for all our verbs. So we see pakad all the way through here. Now this one here is an alternate form of the feminine. I'll talk about that in a moment. And what we see here is that, well, let's start from the beginning. The first thing is, let me change colors here, the O. You see the O here? Maybe I should have colored this, but they're pretty small anyway. The holum is present in all of them. So we have pokade, pokedet, pokdim, pokdot, and then the alternate form for the feminine singular, pokda. So the holum is the marker, or the feature. It marks the active participle. It doesn't reduce. It's always there. Now sometimes you'll see it as a holum vav. Sometimes you'll just see it as a holum. But it's always one of the two. It's not going to reduce to a shova or anything like that. So that's the first and most important marker of the active participle. Now let's look at the other end. The endings here. This is the ending just the same as the nouns or adjectives, i.e. no ending. Over here we have a little bit different. This is the one that we had to memorize for the adjectives and the nouns. Pokda, this ending. But this is, although this occurs for active participles, this is less common. This is the more common form. And basically what you have is et, and then this one harmonizes with that one, so you get et with this stress here. So it looks a bit like a seglet, right? Two segols and a stress on the first letter that has the segol. So pokedet. Now this is, by the way, this paradigm, just something to memorize, very important paradigm. Not radically different than what we've seen, but you do need to know it. Im, same as with adjectives and nouns. Ot, same as with adjectives and nouns. Now, the other thing here is we have a tsere, pokade. This is sort of the base form for the active participle, but it's actually the only form that has a tsere. In all the rest of them, it's reduced due to pretonic reduction. You add an ending, and you get pretonic reduction right here. We can't reduce this, and so it reduces here. We can't reduce this because this is the sign. This is the main feature of the active participle. If you got rid of that, you wouldn't recognize it as a participle. So we can't get rid of that. So it does the next best thing and reduces the one next along the line. So instead of propretonic, we have pretonic reduction. So we see the tsere under the kaf, or the kof here, becomes a shava here, and here, and here. So pretonic reduction. Here it actually became a shava too, but with this ending, the shava harmonized with that segol. So I think that does it. Holum is our marker. Don't forget this ending, a little different, although this ending exists too. This is the paradigm to memorize here, these ones here, and just be aware of that.